She spent 10 years planning this moment. When her ex-boyfriend saw her walk into that reunion, he smiled. He had no idea his entire life was about to collapse in the next 3 hours. Let's call her Maya. 10 years ago, she was the girl everyone expected to succeed. Valedictorian. Full scholarship to her dream university. The future everyone wanted. And then, 3 weeks before graduation, everything fell apart. A rumor spread through their high school like wildfire. The kind of rumor that doesn't just hurt your reputation. It destroys your future. Maya lost her scholarship. Lost her friends. Lost everything she'd worked 18 years to build. And the person who started it all? Her boyfriend of 2 years. A guy we'll call Derek. But here's what Derek never knew. Maya found proof of what he did. She just didn't find it until 5 years later. And what she discovered wasn't just evidence of his betrayal. It was evidence of something far, far worse. The question isn't what he did. The question is what she did about it. Let me tell you exactly what Derek did. The rumor he spread claimed Maya had cheated on her final exams. Not just cheated. He said she'd been buying test answers all year. He even created fake evidence. Screenshots of messages that didn't exist. Receipts from tutoring services that were actually something else entirely. He sent it all to the school board anonymously. And the thing about anonymous tips to school boards? They investigate them anyway. Maya was innocent. Completely innocent. But by the time the investigation cleared her name, it was too late. The scholarship committee had already moved on. The damage was done. Her dream school sent a polite rejection. Other universities followed. And Derek? Derek played the supportive boyfriend perfectly. Holding her hand while she cried. Telling everyone he believed in her. All while knowing exactly what he'd done. But why would someone do this to the person they supposedly loved? That answer is darker than you'd expect. Now let me shift your perspective for a moment. Imagine being Maya in the years that followed. Community college instead of her dream school. Working 2 jobs to pay for classes her scholarship would have covered. Watching Derek graduate. Watching him succeed. Watching him post pictures of his new life on social media while she struggled to rebuild hers. For 5 years, Maya believed what everyone told her. That someone was jealous. That it was random cruelty. She never suspected Derek. Why would she? He'd been so supportive. So caring. He'd even testified on her behalf during the investigation. And then, in 2019, everything changed. Maya was working late at an accounting firm when she got a message from someone she hadn't heard from in years. A girl from high school named Brittany. Brittany had been Derek's friend back then. Now she was his ex-friend. And she had something Maya needed to see. The message that followed contained 3 screenshots. Screenshots that would change everything Maya thought she knew. Brittany's screenshots were conversations from 2014. Conversations between Derek and his best friend Marcus. In them, Derek admitted everything. He'd created the fake evidence. He'd sent the anonymous tip. He'd orchestrated the entire thing. But here's what made Maya's blood run cold. The why. Derek explained in those messages that Maya was getting too successful. She was going to leave for an Ivy League school on the other side of the country. She was going to outgrow him. She was going to meet someone better. So he made sure she couldn't leave. He destroyed her future to keep her close. To keep her dependent. To keep her grateful for his support during her darkest time. Think about that for a second. He manufactured her darkest time. Then positioned himself as her savior. And it almost worked. If not for one thing. Derek had a habit of making enemies. And Brittany had become one of them. But here's what makes this story different. Maya didn't go public with what she found. She didn't confront Derek. She didn't even tell her family. Instead, she did something that would take 3 more years to execute. She waited. And while she waited, she transformed. Maya threw herself into her career. She climbed from entry-level accountant to senior financial analyst. Then to forensic accountant. She specialized in uncovering financial fraud, hidden assets, deception. She became an expert at finding what people tried to hide. And she never stopped watching Derek. She watched him propose to his girlfriend in 2020. She watched them buy a house. She watched him get promoted. She watched him build the perfect life on the foundation of her destroyed dreams. And she documented everything. Because Maya had learned something important in those years. Revenge isn't about anger. It's about timing. And the perfect time was approaching. The 10-year reunion. Where everyone from their past would gather in one room. The reunion was held at the Grand Meridian Hotel downtown. Maya arrived exactly 45 minutes after it started. She wanted the room full. She wanted everyone there. When she walked through those doors, she wasn't the broken girl they remembered. She was wearing a designer dress that cost more than her old car. Her hair was done. Her makeup was flawless. But it wasn't about looking good. It was about being unrecognizable. And it worked. People who'd known her for years didn't recognize her at first. Derek certainly didn't. He saw an attractive woman walk in and smiled. The kind of smile he gave every attractive woman. His wife noticed. His wife always noticed. But she'd learned to stay quiet about it. Maya didn't approach Derek right away. First, she made her rounds. Reconnecting with old classmates. Dropping subtle mentions of her career. Her success. Her expertise in uncovering fraud. Each conversation was strategic. Each word was chosen. She was building an audience. And Derek had no idea the show was about to begin. 2 hours into the reunion, Maya made her move. She approached Derek while he was getting drinks at the bar. His wife was in the restroom. Perfect timing. Maya asked if he remembered her. Derek laughed. Of course he remembered her. His high school girlfriend. The one with all the drama. They chatted. Derek was charming. Confident. He asked about her life. She told him about her career. Forensic accounting. Fraud investigation. She mentioned she specialized in cases where people hide things. Financial things. Personal things. Digital trails that people think they've erased. She watched his smile flicker. Just for a second. Then she leaned in close and whispered something. 4 words. I had the screenshots. Derek's face went pale. Not pink. Not uncomfortable. Pale. Like he'd seen death itself. Before he could respond, his wife returned. Maya smiled at her warmly. Introduced herself as an old friend. And then Maya said something that changed everything. You're probably thinking Maya exposed Derek right there. Showed the screenshots. Caused a scene. That's what most people would do. But Maya had something better planned. She invited Derek and his wife to join her table. The table where she'd strategically gathered their former classmates. Including 3 people who worked in local media. Including the wife's cousin. Including Derek's former best friend Marcus. The same Marcus from those screenshots. Maya started telling stories about high school. Funny stories. Embarrassing stories. Everyone was laughing. Derek was sweating. And then Maya mentioned her scholarship. The one she lost. Someone asked what happened. Maya smiled and said she'd always wondered who started those rumors. She said she'd recently discovered the truth. But she wanted to give that person a chance to come clean. Publicly. Right now. The table went silent. All eyes turned to Derek. His wife looked confused. Marcus looked terrified. And Derek looked like a man watching his world collapse in slow motion. Derek tried to laugh it off. Called it ancient history. Said he had no idea what Maya was talking about. Big mistake. Maya pulled out her phone. Not to show the screenshots. Something better. She'd had those messages verified by a digital forensics expert. She had a sworn statement from Brittany. She had metadata proving when and where those messages were sent. She had everything. And she explained, calmly, professionally, exactly what Derek had done. The fabricated evidence. The anonymous tip. The deliberate destruction of her future. All because he was afraid she'd outgrow him. Derek's wife listened with growing horror. This wasn't some teenage drama. This was calculated destruction. The woman she'd married wasn't a victim of youthful mistakes. He was a manipulator. A liar. Someone who destroyed lives to get what he wanted. And she started wondering. If he did this before they met, what had he done during their relationship? What lies had she believed? What happened next wasn't what Maya planned. It was better. Derek's wife stood up from the table. She didn't make a scene. She didn't cry. She just looked at her husband and said 5 words. I'm done protecting your secrets. Then she turned to Maya and apologized. Not for Derek. For herself. Because she'd suspected something was wrong for years. Small lies that didn't add up. Stories that changed. Moments that felt manipulated. She'd ignored it all because she wanted to believe in the life they'd built. Maya could have been cruel. She'd earned the right. Instead, she handed the wife her business card and said if she ever needed someone to look into their finances, she should call. The implication was clear. If Derek had lied about this, what else had he lied about? The wife took the card. She left the reunion alone. Derek tried to follow. She told him not to come home tonight. The reunion ended with Derek sitting alone at that table. The same classmates who'd believed his rumors 10 years ago now knew the truth. By midnight, the story had spread to everyone there. By the next morning, it was all over social media. The local news people Maya had strategically seated at her table ran a human interest piece about online harassment and fabricated evidence. They didn't use names. They didn't have to. Everyone who mattered already knew. Within a month, Derek's wife filed for divorce. She'd hired her own forensic accountant. Not Maya. Someone else. What they found was enough to ensure she got everything in the settlement. It turned out Derek hadn't changed much in 10 years. He was still lying. Still manipulating. Still hiding things. The man who destroyed Maya's future to keep her trapped had trapped himself. His wife had been his biggest supporter. His cover. His respectability. Without her, people started looking closer at everything. But here's the part that matters most. Maya didn't feel triumphant when Derek's life fell apart. She didn't celebrate. She didn't even watch it happen from the sidelines. She'd done what she needed to do. Now she moved on. The woman who spent a decade carrying the weight of what he did finally put it down. Not because revenge made it better. But because the truth did. Derek had stolen her future once. She refused to let him steal another decade of her life by obsessing over his downfall. Last year, Maya was offered a partnership at her firm. She accepted. She's engaged now to someone she met at a conference. Someone who knows her whole story. Someone who fell in love with the woman she became, not despite what happened, but because of how she handled it. The scholarship she lost? Her firm now funds 3 scholarships for students who face unexpected obstacles. Every year. In her name. Some people ask if what Maya did was revenge. She doesn't call it that. She calls it truth. Derek built his entire life on a lie. Every success. Every relationship. Every respected moment in his community. All of it stood on the foundation of what he did to her. Maya didn't destroy that foundation. She just showed everyone what it was made of. That's not revenge. That's just turning on the lights. If there's anything to take from this story, it's this. The people who wrong us often believe they got away with it. They sleep peacefully while we carry the weight. They move on while we stay stuck. But karma has a long memory. And sometimes, the person delivering it has an even longer one. Derek thought 3 weeks of rumors would be forgotten in 10 years. He was wrong. Maya spent 10 years becoming someone he could never compete with. And when the moment came, she didn't need anger. She didn't need drama. She just needed the truth. And the perfect audience to hear it. That's how karma delivered for Maya. If you made it this far, you understand something most people don't. Justice isn't always